Hello, good morning. Thanks so much for joining me here in my shop. It's September 22nd, and the weather has turned cold and gray and rainy and ugly. And my cats went out for no more than 5 minutes this morning, and both of them wanted to come right back in. They're as upset as us. Summer appears to have disappeared. Fall has rushed in. I can see winter down the road now. Oh my gosh. So here's the situation. Yeah, both these radios need a string. Both of them are at the point now where it's pretty much, if I'm going to make any progress, I've got to actually be installing a string. There's no way I can hide from this any longer. I must face up to it. I'm going to work on this radio. I'm not hopeful today I'll be successful. Today what will probably happen is my eyes will be opened to the exact method that has to be followed to get a string onto this radio. Now luckily I've got the stringing diagram. Here it is in print. That's the wrong one. This be the wrong one. Ooh. That's right, yeah. So I have another one. We can just see it on the computer screen. I didn't print it. But the interesting thing is this one shows the spring here. Whereas on this model radio, the spring is incorporated in the capacitor drive wheel. I could do this. This might be easier. This might be a more reasonable approach to restoring the radio than trying to get this spring back in. But we're going to start with that spring because maybe this is the easy way. So we got one end designed to catch the wheel and the other end designed to catch the string. Obviously it must go with the string side out. And so the spring must be something like that. It can only go in here one way. I think what might have happened is before, when the string went slack, and with me fooling around and other things happening, the spring came loose inside here, which just added to the added. That little clip barely gets under there. It doesn't really fit well. If this is bent. I'm using the wrong end. Maybe that's more likely. Somehow I got it upside down. Boy, if I can't even get the spring in, how am I going to get the string in afterwards? It doesn't just fall into place. It's interesting. It kind of jams in there. Okay, it's hooked now. There we go. I think it's in the right spot now. So the string, so there's a couple ways of doing this. One is one end of the string is fixed and the other end goes on the spring. Another way is a loop of string gets pushed in there like this, goes in, catches the spring. You know, you couldn't come right up and get on it. You'd have to go around once, so the pull is in the right direction. Then that would have the string come out with both ends. You'd fish it all around, and if things were done right, they'd be able to slip the string through everything and move the end point. I could set it so the end point of the string is here, down low underneath the antenna here, and Yeah, thank you, Kat. So I have to have the pointer down at this end. Well, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter when the string is being installed. What matters is the position of the capacitor, position of the knot if there's going to be one. Or the other alternative is I do kind of what they did. What did they do here? Here's the two ends. They use a metal clamp to produce the loops. One loop on the spring and the other loop probably on the, there's a post, on the post from the other side. Yeah, this has even got the shape of the post in it. And this one has got the shape of the spring. Oh my gosh, little cat, what is going on? You just, what's the problem? Huh? Well, I don't know what to do about that. Hey, you want to go back in the garage for a bit? You like that idea? I don't know. I don't speak her language. I understand what Peanut says, but I don't know what Shadow says. What? What do you want to do? Okay, she's just, you know, it's a one-word cat, too. She's got one word. You've heard it. Well, I have to go figure out what her problem is. And then we'll come back and carry on. Okay, cat's happy in the garage. Well, may not be happy, but the cat is in the garage. Should remove the string now because I have the diagram and it's simply in the way. Let's get the pointer off. There it is. This was supposed to be a certain length. I think I saw the length. It's just possible a piece is missing here. Is it worth measuring this? Probably not. Really not. What's the use? Okay, so here's the replacement string. It's a little heavier than the one that was in there. You need something like this to do it. Seems like whenever I cut the string early, I cut it a little bit short. So I tried my best when working on this radio to not let that happen. So I measured it out, I added a little, and then I went to cut it, I added a little more. Came up short. So we're going, just to see how much string. Going around a bunch of times, over and back, and then under and around, something like that. Okay, so I'm thinking I'm going to kind of start here, work my way through. I'll have the two ends here. See, trying to get this just the right length. Like this spring has got an active range of probably a quarter turn or maybe even a half turn. And beyond that, it's so, you know, so how much string is that? A couple centimeters, centimeter. It's the ends. So you multiply it by 2. The ends. Okay, let's get the diagram here. This is more or less a practice session. Okay, so I got the wrong diagram. You know, I'm going to have to print the right diagram, or the next thing you know, I'll be looking at the wrong one. Okay, I pretty much steeled myself to the idea I'm going to do this quite a few times to get it right. So, starting with the piece that goes around the control here, comes in from the bottom, goes 3 times around. I took a close look at that. 3 times around, like over the top 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Then we're up and on our way across. Then we're somehow coming back. Coming back. We're coming under to catch a wheel I can't see from up here. And we're coming up and over and over. Okay, here we go. First failed attempt. We come across, under, go over the top 3 times. And as we do that, we're winding that way. So I gotta go around behind. That's 1. That's 2. That's twice. One more time. Okay, around the back, behind the string. That'll be 3. And you come up. Go across. And go underneath this white bracket. Down that little ripper there. Okay. From there we come back. Then I have to get on this wheel that I can't even see down here. This comes back. Under and behind all this wiring here, so I've got to fish it through. Okay, now this is where things get a little difficult. Okay, I think I can kind of see the wheel there. So what we'll do is we'll just kind of get through here somehow onto the other side. Got it. Bring it up. Now it's got to go behind the earlier part of the string. Okay, it's roughly in place. Pull up some of the slack here. Here we are. The string is basically in place. It may not be properly on the wheel down below, but it can be put onto the wheel. We're coming over here. This is where things get really tricky, because I have to I would want to, you know, if I did what the manufacturers did, I have a little clamp I just clip on there. I can't be doing that until you've sorted this out. Now, should I have this back on? The string is going to come down through here. I'm hoping to tie it and hook it, and those little hooking spots I don't need, because that's what I'm planning on doing. I don't need the hooky parts. I'm going to start muttering here, so just be aware of that. Let's take a closer look at this guy. I think I could probably put this back on, really. Why wouldn't I? Oh, I see what goes on. So this shaft goes inside here. There's room for it, and then I can see there are teeth in the plastic that are going to meet up with the teeth on this thing. So I'm not going to tighten this up, I'm just going to put it on right now. I guess you can loosen this off and tighten it up, and make it have it set in some kind of relation with the capacitor blades if that's necessary. I want this all the way now. Which way? All the way which way? Okay, that's all the way one way. Does that indicate on here? They do, because they show you where the pointer is in this diagram. Whoops, that's a wrong diagram. No, this is the right one. This is the correct one. No spring here. So in this diagram, they are probably showing this wheel the way it needs to be. And they're showing, you can see where the strings are dropping in, that's marking this slot. And they're showing that with the pointer all the way over this way, all the way this way. What would this way mean? So we see that the top drive string goes on the top of the wheel. Okay, which one's that now? Which one's the top drive string? This one here. So this is supposed to go up on the top. So since the pointer's not on the string, as long as I set this appropriately, that's what I'm trying to figure out. Should the capacitor be closed or open? So which limit am I at here? So the pointer would be here. So we'd want the pointer to travel that way. Can't go this way. So if it's traveling that way, the string is moving that way. The string is moving this way. This string, which is coming, is moving this way. And so there should be, you should be able to do this. Excellent. So this is the proper end of the road here. Once again, I don't have the screw on tight at all. Do they show us where the slot is sitting? They do. It's kind of like that. For reasons unknown. Oops. No, that's good. Let's tighten this a little more so it won't go anywhere. Okay. Now, which string? Okay, so this is the starting string because it's going over to the bail here. So I know this is the starting string. I'm going to start it. And I know the starting comes over the top. I'm looking here now. Comes over the top. Around once. Around twice. And in. And the other string at the bottom is coming along. And it's just coming up the bottom and in. And the reason for this is because I'm at a limit. So this is at a limit, capacitor is at a limit, the string is at one of its limits too. In other words, one of them is wrapping around a lot and the other one's hardly at all. And you turn the knob and move the pointer here and the opposite will be the case down here. So once again, so we take the top string, we go around and around and around and in. And the bottom string, we just come up and around a bit. I should be able to get the string length out of this. Okay. So we're coming from the bottom of this to the top of this. We're going around 3 times. I got a lot of excess string here. Maybe I can take up some of this excess string. You know what? For the sake of brain cells, I'm going to waste some string here. I mean, look what I've got. I've had this for 10 years. I'm not even halfway through it. Okay. Don't worry about wasting some string. So we come around, but we want to go on the back side, and I can't do that with the string hooked up here. I have a lot of excess string here. I'm going to cut the string. Cut the string. Cut the cord. And where are all my cutters? My cutters have all gone everywhere in the house. I'm going to cut it with lots of excess on account of okay. Now we're going to wrap this around. 3 times. You can see how much string it takes up. It's got to go around the back. See, this is tricky stuff because what's keeping it on there while I'm doing this? Nothing. Once, twice, I'm running out of string. Okay, so I'm going to pull some of this string through. Don't need very much at this end. What am I pulling on? Now we want to pull this. Let's just keep it roughly in the right place the whole time. Wait a minute, something went terribly wrong there. How did I end up with this one? Yeah, I pulled on the wrong one. Done. Oh, we just do this. Just pull this. Just trying to move the slack to the other end. So this string has gotten wrapped up here. What's happened? Something weird has happened. Okay, that's loose. This string is coming from the bottom here after being wrapped. That's correct. Traveling around, it's gotten back in behind here. It doesn't really matter though. But with so many wraps, you know, one option is you just wrap it around the post here, the shaft. Don't worry about getting it on here because it's going to fall off all the time. But later, when it comes time to put it on, that's going to be challenging too. So I think I'm going to try to get it on right from the start. Get it on from the start. Bang a gong. I don't think I really got more string here in the end. Crying out loud. Up in there. The reason for that is because the string is falling behind there. That's a little better. Pull it across. No, the string is caught. How has it gotten caught in there? What happened? Oh, I see what's going on. Okay. Can't be pulling the string in this direction. Got to be pulling it in the direction it's liable to go. It wants to go. That's why things are getting bunged up. Okay, we unbunged it. More string over. Okay, now this string, which is coming over the top. Well, there's no string coming. Yeah, over the top. That's this one here. Yeah, from that over the shaft, like I did it, down to the bottom and in. So we don't need much string there. This one. Let's just pull this out of the way. Which side is it normally on? It's on. Well, it should probably be on the back side because it's on the back side here. This string should probably be over here while I'm doing this next stage. Over the top. Around we go. 3 over the top, 1 over the top, 2 over the top, 3 over the top, and I wound it incorrectly because it should be winding it towards the back, not towards the front. So we got to do it again. So I'm really just trying to practice here. I'm not counting on getting this done. But you never know. When I do this kind of work, I accept failure is coming all the time. And then when it finally works, I can rejoice. Okay, so it's kind of on top of itself, but I don't think that really matters. Up. Put this back here. Okay, we've gone 3, because it doesn't matter because it'll straighten out. We've gone 3 times, and we'll go down through the slot and meet up with the other string, hooked up to the spring. The spring is in a relaxed state sitting down here. Is it still locked in, or has it come totally loose? The other string is supposed to come up, but it would be behind it. And it's just coming up and going right down in that slot. So it's coming up. And these guys are meeting. They're going through the slot and then they're knotted below. This is where the frustration really kicks in. Because at any moment you lose everything. Everything you've ever lived for, just gone in an instant. There we are. Now, I can pretend to be the spring. Oh, there's a whole bunch of... Oh, look at this. Let's see if I've still got enough string when I pull this back. Whoops. That's why you got to be prepared to fail when you do these things. Okay, that's there. Now the one down below here, the one I have trouble even seeing, that's going to be a late one to do. Can't even see it in there. Okay, let's check a couple things. First of all, we put the pointer here and we turn the knob. Who goes with it? Nobody's moving at all. It's probably because I'm holding it here. I'll try to be a neutral. So I'm holding both strings in my fingers here, and when I do this, I can feel the tension going back and forth between the 2 strings. Like in one case, one string is pulling, and the other case, the other one's pulling. But you can't see a thing happening, but I can feel it. But obviously it's not enough to drive the whole string. It's probably because I'm holding it. Okay, which way do we want it to go? So it goes this way. So this bottom string goes that way. Bottom string goes that way. Top string goes this way. I think I have it a little bit backwards. Okay, well if I got it wrong and we're actually at the other limit of the capacitor, the pointer would be here. Now the pointer wants to travel this way, this top string wants to loop around this way, this thing wants to turn this way. Well, that's what I've done. I've arranged it with the pointer at the other end. Not really a big deal. It'll be one end or the other. So now the trick would be to tie this. Oh, wait a minute, I can't have the back string coming over top of all these strings and getting to the slot. It has to be pushed down into the slot. The back string and the lower, I mean by the lower string, or the string that's coming up from below, has to go down the slot. Have I got this totally wrong? The string that comes up from below is the one I've wrapped a bunch of times. The string from over the top. It's this one. This is the one that has to go down the slot. Okay, I put a little tension on this string, and I have some clips or something, anything just to hang a little bit of weight on that. Will this work? Just a little bit. Yeah, that's enough. So I would want to shove this down through the slot. Through the slot. So maybe the name of the game is to get the string length right, get the knot in place, like tie off the ends at the correct length. Can't get it through the little slot. And then crank the spring around until it reaches the hooking point where the knot is. Oh, come on. Go through there. Jeepers creepers. There. Ooh, got it coming right out. Good. Yeah, the great thing about doing strings is every radio is different. That's what makes this hobby interesting, by the way, is that every radio you get is a different story. Now this one simply goes straight down here. Oh, it also must go down the back, because didn't I coil it from front to back? Yeah, and it shows it going in, it shows it coming up from the bottom, in at the back. Up. Oh no, this is going the other way. Up from the bottom. Wait a minute, I put the wrong one. Up from the bottom. No, it doesn't come up from the bottom. Round, around, round, down from the top and in. And in. So again, they're not really showing how these cross. But I think it should go down in the slot but ahead of the other one. Maybe it doesn't make much difference here. The other one is kind of, how am I going to get it ahead of it? An even smaller hole to shoot for with a string in it. Well, let's try it. Okay, again, this is the point where everything comes off and you end up back at square one. So you want to come around in front of it. How am I ever going to get that through there? Like that, just like that. Just like that. Now I've got both ends in place. Got the string largely in its correct location. Doesn't want to do a thing when I turn this. Why are you not going anywhere? They need that much tension? Everything's correct now except the lowest wheel. It's not on the lowest wheel. Now that's interesting. We could assume if I put it on the wheel, it'll take up a little more strength and put more tension into this. So if I were to tie this off now, get it on the spring, then I should be able to even get more tension by pulling the string onto the little pulley, which has disappeared again. Where is it? I've lost track of it. Oh, there it is. Way up in there. Yes, I'd have to... Oh, wow, this would be difficult. I have to kind of hook the string up through here, pull it. Oh, wow, that's going to be tough. So this wheel, this is on... There's a clip here. I could remove this, but this is what this is integral. Yeah. So if I remove this knob, I'm removing everything. It wouldn't be nowhere. I've got to fish it in there. But the thing is that'll add tension, and I have to allow for that or put it in place now. You can always put it in place, see the distance of the strings, figure out the knot. Then I could dismount it, get slack, spring load it, and then remount it somehow. How? Where is the string? The string is way up here. Use my special pusher-puller tool here. I can not only hook and pull, I can hook and push. And so I want to push this lower string down. The tool hasn't got the space to do it. Down there. I'm going to try to see it. I can't even see it. Can't even see it. Looks like this is working its way off here. Shooting in the dark here. Okay, so that string is the one coming to the upper part. Yes, it's this string. It's this string. I can hook it here. Let's use the hooker. Hook it here. And okay, I've done something wrong here, I think. Well, I've hooked the part that's leaving here and going there. I have not hooked the part that's I need to hook. I have not hooked it. Well, can I get up through here somehow? And I can see what I'm doing. Okay, there's a wire there I can hook. I can hook the string this way. I've got it. Now what do? I lost it. Oh my gosh, it went right on. It went right on. Okay, tighten it up. Tighten it up. Tighten her up. Okay, wait a minute. This can't tighten up by turning that wheel. One gets tight, one gets loose. Oh! This is the one. This is the one. Okay. Stay on. It stayed on. Does it look right? Looks right. Looks right. Okay. So now I've got the right amount of string. Don't know for sure I've got it wound here right. I think I do, but I don't know. Now, I want to tie a knot at appropriate distance that I can hook it onto the spring. The spring hook is here where my finger is. a surgeon to tie these kinds of knots. Okay, once again, the spring hook is here. I'm going to feel the tension. Feel the tension. Oh, the hook is sticking way out. That's a bad sign. That might mean it's come off inside. Now I should be able to take this off if I wish and not have a disaster happen. Here's the hook. Well, yeah, that's a spring. Look at from here. Where I lost it. From here to about there. That's about as far as. That's a lot of tension. Whew. So what I would want to do then is feed these strings just kind of under the washer there. Have them come out like this. Bring this around. Hook them on. Wait a minute, this is pulling the other way. No, it's pulling the right way. It's pulling the right way. You got it right. You got it right. So, let me get my pin here. Usually when I'm doing these, right at this point, everything's feeling really good, and then I put it all together and find out, nope, something I didn't figure out along the way. So we're going to want to put the knot right around here. Now the knot, just take the two pieces of string and tie them into a knot. That would be a knot. Try to make sure the knot is at the black dot. A lot of excess string here, but I think I'm probably better off leaving it as long as possible. Look, is there anywhere where I've got way more slack? Oh, don't do that. I pulled on the wrong thing. I didn't want the knot to go there. That's too far out. Okay, the knot is just about in the right place. Let's check. Can I get it any better than that? We're on here. Okay, we're on. We're in there. Everything is where it's supposed to be, I think. So we're going to lock this knot in. I'm going to stop for a minute. I'll put a dab of glue on that, and before I go further. Okay, so what I did was I wet the knot a little bit, just put some water in my fingers and went like that. And then I put some Gorilla Glue, but this is just wood glue. It's just white glue. It's just because they had a picture of a gorilla there, I'm not sure it really helps. I mean, what? Gorillas know a lot about glue. So I let this solidify a little bit to make sure it can't slip. Cross my fingers, I got everything right. With any luck, it's going to work. But I gotta let that sit for a little bit. I think right now the wet glue might act more like a lubricant than a lubricant. Okay, here's the moment of truth. And we'll find out what it is I didn't think of when I was doing this. I'm going to prop this up. I need to prop it up. Oh, that'll do. Okay. Pull the spring and then place the string on top of it. I'm going to be yanking this thing with two hands in all kinds of directions. This thing's not stable at all to do this with. So I have to be pulling this, and then once I get it into a certain spot, I've got to work this onto it. This has to stick out a little bit. Yikes. Oh, what about I could take the string off here, get a lot of slack into it, pull this out quite a ways, hook it on, pull back the slack and work it back that way. You know what? That sounds like a good idea to me, because having the string pulled tight or spring while trying to do other things. Now how am I going to pull this through? All this stuff. I only have to get the lower one to come through. It's barely in here. I can get slack. I don't need the knot to be in the right place to start with. There we go. Okay. Now with that slack, come around, pull some more, and hook it on the spring. Don't go too far, spring. You're going to come up. Okay, it's still springy. Just get it on there. There. Just leave it like that. Start pulling back the slack. Easier said than done. Back the slack on the bottom. The spring has to come all the way back until the knot, until it winds up in the knot. Oh boy, this isn't going to work. Lots of tension on it here, and I've got this sharp tool I'm using. Oh, getting some distance. Where's near the knot? Let's see what's happened over here. Just short, but exactly right. Okay, I have to put tension on the string. Keep the wheel from turning. My hands are all sweaty. That string moving. Did we get somewhere? Really close now. Maybe it's come off this lower pulley. Like a safecracker here. I'm nervous. Hurry up, man. The cops are coming. No, don't hurry up. That's where the mistakes happen. Very close now. Very close now. It's funny. As soon as I let go of this string, shouldn't the spring just pull everything back? I shouldn't really be able to let go of that the string. Some limit to the spring. Okay, keeping the tension on now, because maybe that's what's been happening. So close, really close. Okay, and I'm using string that has supposed to have no stretch in it. Watch it there. String problems here. Something gone wrong here. How did this get out front? Let's not worry about it. Maybe it'll take care of itself. I put tension right here with my thumb. And try to work this back. Oh my gosh. Oddly enough, when I was pulling on it, I could feel something move, something giving. I don't know what. Careful, careful, careful. String right on the pulley there. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Let's look and see where we are under there. Oh, it's still in place. Okay. There we go. No, almost. How come you're going so cooperatively now? I'm using the wrong end of this tool. I need the shorter end. On. Go on. Go on. You're right there. There it is. What's happened here? The string has come over the front. That's where the slack suddenly showed up. Okay, let's see if we can pull it from here. Something is springing. It could be the whole plastic is twisting. Does the spring move? This is where the string breaks. Come on, little string. Come on, you're so close. I've got it on. There's tension. Yeah, I'll say there's tension. Now, does any of this work? The stupid string is caught under here. Maybe it doesn't. So I tried to wrap it according to the diagram, but maybe it doesn't really matter. But what have I done here that I got it underneath? So I think if I just keep turning it, it's going to pull itself out. But it could be it's all twisted up on the wheel here. Something else is twisting up. Not the other one. Something else. Hey, look at that. Hey, everybody, look at that. What happened to the twist? Somehow it's taking care of itself. It's right in here. Twist it. Just popping it over here. There. By Jove, I think he's done it. Bring it up to the end. Now, should I lock the screw in tight? Not quite yet. Okay, next thing is the pointer. Getting the pointer on. So remember there was a mark at the front here. There it is. So we want the string all the way that way. Got the sweat on my upper lip. Sweat on the palms of my hands. It's just a radio, Jim. I mean, really. Okay, maybe that's good enough. Okay, so what we'll do is we're going to put a mark on the string where the pointer should line up. I'm going to try that anyway. The string is here. Get this in roughly the right place. A bit of a long shot doing it from this height, like a parallax view of it and everything. Well, I would say it goes right here. The thing is we can slide the pointer a bit on this string because the pointer doesn't really lock in all that tight. So get the pointer on. Now I can advance the string in the middle. So the string should go I have to go in like this. The string's over the top, and then we'll hook it under, and then the pointer has to go in the right. Has to ride properly. That's okay. If you don't know what I'm talking about, that's fine. Okay, where's this up? Goes over. Over, under, and over, under. Adds a little more tension to the string. There. And not quite in the right spot, so we'll slip it right there. Now we'll get it under the holder. See how? Can you see how it's kind of bouncing in there? So there's a control string down at the bottom. There we are. We have it on. Now, what is going to happen with the pointer actual position here? Use this other camera, take a close look at it. Get this on sort of right. Okay, that's sort of right. Okay, other camera. A lot of focus, eh? Just get a little closer. There we are. Oh no, it's all upside down. What am I going to do? Okay, now, pointer. Here we go. So we're looking for the dot, that square there, and we're going to bring the pointer over to it. Here it comes. Come on, pointer. Come on, man. Keep going. Hold on, slow down, put the brakes on, slow down. That's the end of the run right there. If I just slide over this way, see, now it's dead on. Look at that. Well, miracle of miracles. We need to draw this back and forth quite a few times, but it doesn't feel at all like it has any inclination to dismount. It's a thing of beauty. Well, these strings and nothing's crossing anything. And we're at the other end. The other end, if I push hard, it slips, so it won't break the string. And we'll just bring this guy down again. Wow, look at that. This is a very strong string I've put on here. See if it goes to the same place again. Coming in for landing. Yep. Just thank God for parallax. Doesn't that help out a lot at the end there? Fantastic. I think it's fantastic. I think I am done here for today for sure. And now, you know what? I've got the energy, I got the psychic strength to go after this guy again, who burned my brain cells out to the point where I had to leave it alone for a couple of days. Actually, it's been more than a couple of days now, I think. Very happy. Okay. Thank God. Success. I'm going to enjoy my day. Hope you enjoy yours. Tomorrow I'll try the other radio string. Great. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye.